أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم.
Whatever exists is aspiring to its completion of its story. Here there are 4 or 5 other ayahs that complement this ayah. Is كل يعمل على شاكلته. Everything that exists announces its state. The little ant is struggling to get there because winter is coming, so it wants to collect whatever for their winter. Or it is going across where everybody is going because now they are migrating. Or. And the leaf, after it had been through so many different levels of growing, now it is full. It gives its fullness with its color and its shape. And then temperature, pressure, things change, the season is changing. And then it is expressing its glorification of its reality by beginning to weaken at one point, and eventually it will fall. You know, all the cells, all the connectedness of the leaf to its branch are healthy and they relate, they're hooked to each other. But then one of them only is decided to be weak, and it weakens until it falls. This is tasbih. It's glorifying its role in life, its cycle in life. A few months ago it was struggling to grow and be effulgent, and through chlorophyll bring food, and the tree grows more. Now the seasons have changed, so it responds to that. That is how they are all in obedience. Everything that exists follows its intrinsic program. Everything is in glorification. Elsewhere it says, وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُ تَسْبِحَهُم. But we don't hear the way they are glorifying, the way they are responding, the way they are expressing their Islam, the way they are in true acceptance and submission of their role. On and on and on. All of it along the direction of connect, continue. And that can only come because of consciousness. These are the 3 C's. Without consciousness, we cannot understand fully what goes in the subatomic world, because there is another zone. It has its consciousness, not the same. This consciousness we're talking about has got sentiency. It has got reflection upon reflection upon reflection. The consciousness of the inanimate worlds is in a way fixed. It's understandable, it's repeatable, it is to do with chemistry, physics, and other things and so on. Whereas this consciousness of that we are talking about, sabbaha lillah, especially the living creatures, they're fulfilling their program that is intrinsic in them. We two of us now are also doing the same tasbih. We are trying to express that which has affected us positively in a good sense, describing a map or a journey or a reality that may be helpful to the others. So all of what we do is tasbih. Even if it appears to be not quite on the line of harmony and ease, that is also an expression of reality. A foolish person who has become angry because he did not judge the situation and shouts, he is also doing its shadow tasbih, its reverse of tasbih, in the sense that he's expressing himself. I am upset, I'm unhappy, don't come near me. There is no goodness without its opposite shadow. There is no yin without a yang. There is no happiness without misery. They go together. So tasbih is an expression of that moment, of the reality of that entity. It's interesting thing is that it says it in the past sense. Also, there are other ayahs that يُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ. But this one is sabah, is done already. So this ayah is very high. This surah is one of the greatest. It actually puts it in the past as though it's already done. There is no time. It isn't that it's gone and finished. No, it's done. Sabah.
له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير.
So this is the ultimate ayah that gives us the pathway to being relieved from anxiety, from concern. له ما في السماء. What was it?
له ملك السماوات.
That's it. Whatever there is that concerns belonging, ownership, it is to him. You have got 5 different ayahs of the same line. Ayat al-Kursi is one of them. So whatever exists belongs to the master of it all. So why are you concerned? You do your little bit for your small little kingdom or universe, which is your body and your mind and your immediate environment, and no more. You are playing, if you like, a shadow of God on earth. So you have also a bit of a power, independent as it appears, but totally dependent as in reality. So you are here practicing, your own little kingdom. This is my place, please ants, go out, and you feed them outside also. But inside, they annoy you, you can't rest, so you keep them away. With limitation. So once you know everything, including what you're trying to maintain in your little kingdom, belongs to the one and only master governor of the cosmos. That's the biggest relief. Here you have got a small little tiny representative kingdom, and you can barely keep it well and happy and content. You're running from here to there to mend this and mend that, and the whole cosmos does it. All of the countless universes are adjusting themselves, increasing, doing their bit. So isn't that the most amazing phenomena and a gift to reflect upon it? That this is the purpose of our life, to be in awe, more and more and more and more until there is no more. Then you are ready to leave your body. Then the body and your mind and your birth and your biography has served their purpose. If you stay a bit longer, fine. If you leave me, you're already now at the gate of the boundlessness, of the infinite, because you have absorbed, interacted, related, understood the true level upon level upon level of glorification. Now you are in the pure essence of glorification. You're not glorifying simply because summer has come. You say, SubhanAllah. What about winter? SubhanAllah. And then at the end, you are at one with the Subhan. Then you don't hear any more sound. Earlier on, you need to shout it, read aloud, and scream, and then quiet, until such time you hear it itself. You enter into the zone of silence from which every sound emerges. That is the ultimate tasbih. Once you know whatever there is and there isn't is under perfect governance, so you begin to witness perfection. Once you witness perfection, more and more and more you are become at one with perfection. So that is the whole idea of the perfect human being. There is no such thing. As long as you are a human being, you are decaying. An aspect of you decays. So, khusr wal asr. So, but your heart and your light and your soul is your abode now. And that is perfection.
هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم.
Finished. That is the Kaaba. It's the 4 corners. It's gone. It's done. Anything that appears, it is from that zone of eminence effulgence of appearance, which is from the source, from Allah. So, Zahir, anything happy. And that is the beginning. So that's why you are linking now with what? Al-Batin, and that which does not appear. That is the micro and the macro, earthly, heavenly. So, الظاهر والباطن الأول والآخر. So, two of them refer to time. Two of these refer to space. Near and far. All of it. So, it now completed the description of sacredness of space and time. It is sacred. It is a womb in which this entity of so-called human being, which is Insan and Rahman, which is human and divine, is now caught in that womb. To see whatever comes to your senses, it has a higher sense. And then you realize it with your inner sense. Perception leads to higher levels of understanding. The sight leads to insight. ظاهر والباطن والأول والآخر. That's why every child wants to be awwal, wants to be the first in the class. He wants to be the first. So because the attribute of that firstness, the divine light, is in you. So you always want to be the first. You don't want just to win. You want to be victorious always. Because with every winning there is a losing. This is the balance in the zone of space and time. But if you are intelligent enough, you want to be victorious always. You want to be always number one. Where are you when you are asleep? Where are you? Who are you when you die? It is the attribute of your ruh. Your ruh knows, because it was exposed to these qualities when they were asked, Alastu bi Rabbikum? Qalu bala. So your soul, his soul, my soul knows that truth is the first, truth is the last, truth is the beginning, truth is the end. This is the truth. So meaning, whatever exists is already being given the potency of truth. So then you are now completely secure in that. As human, you can never be secure. But as a ruh, you will always be secure. The more you are a ruh, the more you are secure, the more you wonder, what are they quarreling about? Al-Hakum al-Takathur. So you become less and less popular amongst the ordinary people. That's why also amongst the Sufis, amongst the people, seekers, there were always degrees of categories of people. So some people remain at the basic level. That's who they are, and they will discover it when they die. And many of these people may emerge, may move. But إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. You can't decide when and how and who. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. They are ready, they have had enough of that, so they move. By negating that which is a shadow. By that you are affirming that which has more light. Until you are قاب قوسين أو أدنى. There is no more. That's it. ألست بربكم? And then أليس الله بكاف عبده? If that قاب قوسين, if that absolute connectedness is not enough for you, nothing can be enough. Yeah. So we move on and on and on, darajat, until such time it's like somebody climbing the ladder of consciousness. And when you get to the ultimate roof garden, the ultimate paradise, then you don't even remember the ladder you climb. You're unable to teach anymore. You say, but what? I don't know what. And that's perfectly all right. Because everybody has to play a role. And the author is one. He dishes out these roles So you receive a booklet, you act upon it. Yes, I'm here teaching, you must get together, do not find too many all these differences, it is all right, and on and on and on and on. So you are playing that role. But a time comes that it's taken away from you. So think, Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, relieving you. Allah, Allah, Allah. If you don't disappear, you have no authority to appear.
Allah.
Allah.
I carry on with some verses from Surah Hadid.
Bismillah. Oh,
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Surah al-Hadid. Please get the commentary of Surah al-Hadid by Sadruddin Shirazi. Nothing like it. That is enough. It is about 400 or 500 pages just on Surah al-Hadid. It has everything. It's available, being reprinted in Arabic by Mullah Sadruddin Shirazi, Surah al-Hadid. I had many copies here, but I had given them.
Alhamdulillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يعلم ما يلج في الأرض وما يخرج منها وما ينزل من السماء وما يعرج فيها وهو معكم أينما كنتم والله بما تعملون بصير.
It sums up the whole story. Anything that has come into space and time must move within discernible space and time. So 6 أيام, يوم is a period. Usually it means 24 hours, day and night and so on. So it also means a period, a stage, a state, a situation. So there were 6 different phases how from early creation until its full maturity now. And there are different interpretations as to what is the first stage, what is the second, what is so. But nothing occurs unless it's part of a movement. And within that movement there are, in many cases, discernible shifts, you see. And the same thing as the human growth. You know, the initial inception in the womb is different than when things begin to grow. And on until the full maturity of different stages, and the fetus now is mature, it will be born. So there are numerous ways of looking at the different stages that creation has come about. And then the most important part of this ayah, the most haqiqi part, is that truth, that light of lights, that mysterious, cosmic, all-encompassing reality, truth, or oneness, or God, is ma'akum aynama kuntum. Wherever you are is there already. And that's the meaning, huwa al-awwal, who was there already. And if you say, no, but I'm dying, but he's akhir, also he will be behind. He will be there already. Wallahu min wara'ihim muhit. So there is only that. There cannot be anything in existence unless it has a touch of the master creator of existence. This is the ultimate relief. So everybody wants to have, this is not perfect, this is imperfect, but the perfection in a cosmic sense is that the master of creation, perfection, and the in-between, which is the duality of creation and destruction, is already there. So that is where you truly, in your heart of hearts, you're content. You're at rest. But then when it comes to humanity, you see things that can be improved on. No, you can't put this there because it will fall. The wall is crooked, it will break, it will hurt somebody, and nobody wants to be hurt. Why? Because they are يسبحون, they want to live. Everybody is glorifying life. So if you are an agent of quality of improvement, then you are on the path of humanity, divinity being completely linked. You don't deny that. But if it doesn't come to you, it doesn't come to you. You're not concerned. The poor fellow was a great master, enlightened being. He said to his people, he said, not anymore, I've done it, you're doing it, Bismillah, you have good people, good teachers, and so on. Leave me in my ibadah. So after a few months, there was a huge warfare between his clan and the next door. They came begging him, they said, now we are all being destroyed. So he comes out of his beautiful little worshipping state, and before he arrives even there, they kill him. So he was relieved. So you never know when you're going to finish, how you're going. But you and I and he and she, all what we need is to do our best every minute, in the outer sense to begin with. Does your mind tell you? The other minds also reflect it, confirm it, because you may be deranged. you may be out of your mind. So, is it correct? Am I doing it? Say yes, yes. So, fine. And then the rest, move on and on. If they get it, they got it. If they didn't get it, Allah knows best. They're not ready. The instrument is structurally faulty. And the majority of them are like that. The instrument of this incredible biophysical, chemical material is discordant. It cannot be mended. So it's not in your hand. It's a bell curve. The Quran is full of that. And most of them will not have that intellect. أكثرهم لا يعقلون أكثرهم لا يبصرون أكثرهم لا. And then the ultimate declaration is that those who are mu'min, وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. 2 ayahs on shirk. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرَ أَن يُشْرَكَ بِهِ. When there is shirk, that means you're only seeing duality. You are discordant. You cannot be forgiven. This is not forgivable. This is a structural defect. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرَ أَن يُشْرَكَ. It cannot be forgiven if you are in shirk. وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ. And most of the mu'mins are in shirk. And then other ayah says, and ask for istighfar and nothing will happen. Ask 70 times in Allah, لَا يَغْفِرَ لَهُمْ. This is a basic structural defect. It won't work. So you must begin to see the one behind the two, before the two, after the two. أول والآخر. Then you are having correct vision. You have 20/20. You want eyesight because you're hoping to get insight. The less eyesight you have as you grow older, the compensation in nature is you have more insight. If you have more insight, you don't need the eyesight. I understand it. And that is why those who were blind in the traditions, they were always called basir. That means he sees. Outwardly is blind, and most of them ended up being qari'us of Quran. The majority of hafiz of Quran in the East were always blind because they had none of the outer distractions. So by the time of 10, 12, 13, he knows the Quran, then the rest he could understand al-Quran bil-Quran. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. Where do you run to? أَيْنَ الْمَفَرْ. There are 6 different ayahs confirm this. فِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. Run. No, so accept it, finish. So you are now Rabbani. Now you are Rawhani. And you remain Insani. All of them together. These are the different darajat.
له ملك السماوات والأرض وإلى الله ترجع الأمور.
Again reassuring us that you don't own anything. You do not know how even one cell works, let alone the billions in your body and how they communicate, the billions and billions of different cells and the neurons. They're all transmitting, receiving. What an amazing kingdom. This is your kingdom, but it is yours by proxy in an illusory sense. It all belongs to the one. It is a bit of a micro, if you like, reality of the cosmic reality. Once you know all of it belongs to Allah, then you truly glorifying within the field of La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So you are doing it by proxy. I'm only doing it because Allah has given me this energy, given me life, and I can stand up. I can lift a child. I can help somebody to cross the road. That's all. So you are fortunate if you can help others. Otherwise you end up all the time self-concerned, and this is the ultimate sickness. The self is a shadow. It has no durable reality. Its purpose is to show the light that makes it a shadow. So as such, it has a touch of sacredness. So you denounce the nafs in a way, you are denouncing really your lack of awareness as to what the nafs is, what the ego is. It is a shadow reflecting the perfect light. But once you try to become yourself that glorification and so on, you've had it. Because it has no durability, no self-sustainability. The ultimate thing everybody aspires for is samadiyya, self-sustaining foreverness, Allahu Samad. So, because we love Allah, you love truth, you love the light which is in you, you love the light which has caused you coming. But you have also other negative issues with the culture, with the upbringing, with the abuse, with the injustices of human beings. So do not mix it up. حسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا, even by saying آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Do you think Allah is not aware that you think you are a mu'min, that you will be afflicted because you are saying وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. And then the other important ayah that complements this is وَإِذَا أُوذِيَ بِالنَّاسِ. When you are afflicted by people, don't say this is Allah's afflicting you. It's people. But they are doing it because they've gone against the path of Allah, so they become criminals. So watch out. Do not equate the abusiveness, the injustice of idiots, of human beings, that this is Allah punishing you. No. It is human beings who've gone astray are causing punishment to themselves and anybody in their precincts. So you have to read it. Iqra, 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 Iqra. Allah's way is rahmah. Because people are unhappy, so they only read it as unhappiness. That's why they say hardship, hardship. And there's a big mix-up between when the Prophet ﷺ repeatedly said, if I'm given a choice of two things, I do the one which is heavy upon myself. But then there are the ayahs, طَاهَ مَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْقُرْآنَ لِتَشْقَى, and many other ayahs. وَمَا أَنْتَ بَاخِعٌ نَفْسَكَ لِأَنَّهُمْ لَا You are not being given this glorious path to be miserable. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah does not want for you difficulty. So do not mix up this higher flow of rahmah with the fact that you and I and people at the lower level, you have to go against your ego in order to be more with your ruh. There are two different things. If you are given a choice, go against that which is attractive to your ego. Go against it. But don't ever think the path towards haqq is that of difficulty. It's the path of ease. So these have to be worked out through reflection. لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. The entire Quran is for you, for those who have reflectiveness and reflectiveness. Otherwise it's nothing. بَلْهُمْ كَالْأَنْعَامِ أَضَلُّ سَبِيلًا. The majority are, says, like cattle, but more so at a loss. More abusive. So don't mix it up. اقرأ, read it. أرني الأشياء كما هي. Read things for as they are.
I think we'll end with one more ayat from this surah. يولج الليل في النهار ويولج النهار في الليل وهو عليم بذات الصدور.
Our life, human life, earthly life, existence in this state we are in is complete takwir. It's like a ball. Beginning and end meet. Yin and yang. Birth and death. Origin and destiny are the same. From the same point of non-space. But they appear in space. Origin and destiny are inseparable. Time doesn't exist in truth. It's only there, experienced, because of the illusion that I trained myself to accept, and that becomes my conditioned consciousness. And that is the illusion of that there is space, there is time, and I abide by it, otherwise I hurt myself. But for a 2-month-old, he or she, it does not recognize that this is hard, this is soft. It takes time for the conditionality of that consciousness to become so-called my consciousness, conditioned consciousness. It is a khayal. It is an imaginal. And with it comes a value, which is waham. So that is very valuable. It's a very piece of stone. It's very valuable. Why? Because it's rare. So isn't the soul more rare? Isn't that more valuable? The ultimate, without anybody to give it its real value, it is cosmic. But we run after stones. Once you know you can have all the stones in the world, what are you going to do? Supposing you now know whatever there is gold in the world belongs to you. What are you going to do? Create another Fort Knox or what? It's already there, so leave. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with whatever? All what you want to do is to maintain the basic necessities. A bit of health, a bit of shelter, reasonable clothes, good companionship, because you can't be alone. So there is one, there must be others. So once you have that, that's now glorify. Be in ecstatic, inner, complete harmony. That is what touches others. If you're not in time, that fakeness will show, that you are there for effect. You want to be acknowledged because you didn't have enough love of a mother or somebody. So you are deficient. You are needy, 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 needy. For how long? But once you know that you have been loved in the unseen, otherwise you would have been made a frog, not a human being, then you don't need also other people's being needy, acknowledging you're lovely, you're very nice, you're very intelligent. You transcend, 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 transcend. So you realize that you're hanging on air, the subtlest of all, the flimsiest of all. Then after that, water. And then all of the other things, materials, solids. And then all of this exists because of the fire in you, because of the electrons that move along the neurons. What a glorious situation. فَبِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ So this is what you can describe as a ni'mah of your Lord. Share it with others so that the others enter into that zone of contentment, glorification, and true ecstatic oneness through submission. That's all. Then you have done whatever you can do. Hopefully you can maintain it. Because next phase of your existence after leaving the body and the mind is exactly as the point your death is. Prophet ﷺ has a most wonderful story on that. They ask him, he says, so as I'm helping, hoping, praying, staying the night to wake up, how long is it before I die? If I've woken up, am I truly saved? I'm beyond the garden. He said, well, a year. A year before you die, then you are already there. And then he said, immediately. He says, a year is too long, a month. A month is too long, a week, a day, an hour, a minute, a second. He said, the movement of an eyelid. If you're waking up to the truth, you are already beyond. So, do what you can, not overexerting. That is equally, if you like, as detrimental as not doing anything, not helping anything. So this excessive zealousness can be as damaging as completely ignoring everything. You can't do that. Measure. وَخَلَقْنَا كُلِّ شَيْءٍ بِقَدَرٍ. Everything has its appropriateness. Appropriateness. It's sometimes appropriate to say something. Many other times appropriate not to say anything. Sometimes appropriateness just to be there as a witnesser. And on and on. You have to ask the author. Use your head, use your reason, use logic, take counsel, and then ask the light in your own heart. Ask the nur, ask the divine presence in your own heart. Are you authorized or not? And then say it either loud or quietly. Bismillah, take permission. Am I allowed? Then it becomes potent. Otherwise you'll become like a headless chicken running around. You can't. All of this shouting in temples or mosques and so on. It's an expression of anger and failure. Otherwise you don't do that. Presence of harmonious dualities, earthly, heavenly, temporary, permanent. Once you have done that, then you are completed your own personal odyssey, your need, and then you are safe from yourself and from others. That requires luck. وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا ذُو حَظٍّ عَظِيمٍ. So the only thing is that we have to continue struggling, trying. But you can't say, will I wake up or not? This is self. The question shows it's a very severe sickness and darkness. The truth is ever effulgent. This is anxiety, but it also expresses a desire to get out of the misery one is in. That's also acceptable. So you become tolerant and understanding. And hopefully you will be saved stupid people. When a person made a dua, I say, oh Allah, let me not depend on anyone. He was corrected, saying no. Say, oh Allah, save me from the evil, depending on the evil ones. So, we are all dependent. Everything in existence is interdependent. Countless strands of connectedness. You don't know from where what you really need in terms of your own evolution comes from. So be careful, watch out, trust, do your best, and be inwardly quiet and content that it will come if it is not already there. It's a field of energy. You can enter it by leaving other fields of energies. Leave that behind and you are likely to be touched by something that lifts you higher. Until such time there is no high, there is no low. There is only the Hadrat al-Rabbaniyya, divine presence. And wherever you go, it's already there. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. So where is it? You run from here to there and they consume more energy and leave a bigger footprint. It's already there. It's only that which is everywhere, and not measured by space or time. That is worth glorifying. That is worth celebrating. We all love to celebrate, but we often celebrate something that's stupid, an anniversary of something. What about celebrating that which is perpetual, permanent, eternal, visible and invisible? I mean, that is worthy to celebrate. So we have to celebrate in the right way, with true intention, by having given up all the other actions. So that's the story.
Alhamdulillah.
Bismillah.